They told Rosa to eat blueberries for her memory, but no one warned her about this. Just one wrong food combo, and the very berries meant to heal her joints were making things worse. Now, new research from Dr. William Lee and a team of nutrition scientists has uncovered the 3 food pairings that quietly turn blueberries toxic, especially in adults over 60. If you're using blueberries for energy, heart health, or brain fog, you'll want to hear this. For decades, blueberries have been a symbol of health, especially for seniors hoping to stay sharp, mobile, and energized. But what most people don't realize is this. After 60, your digestion slows down, your stomach acid drops, and foods that used to help you can suddenly start to hurt you. When blueberries are paired with the wrong foods, their healing power disappears. In some cases, they can even trigger joint pain, gut inflammation, or brain fog. Today I'll walk you through the 3 common mistakes and how to keep blueberries working for your body, not against it. 1. What happens to blueberry nutrients after 60? You eat blueberries for your memory, your joints, your heart. But here's what no one tells you after 60. Your body can't absorb them the way it used to. Blueberries are packed with anthocyanins, powerful plant compounds that fight inflammation, protect blood vessels, and even support brain clarity. But to do any of that, they have to be absorbed. And that's where things start to change. Not because the berries got weaker, but because your digestion did. After 60, stomach acid drops. Enzymes slow down. The very system meant to extract healing from food, it starts losing its edge. Imagine your digestive system like a postal center that's been running for decades. The packages still arrive, but the sorting belts are slower, and some of the most important deliveries get lost. That's exactly what happens with blueberries. A 2002 study found that in seniors, less than 1% of blueberry anthocyanins make it into the bloodstream. Less than 1%. So you may be eating berries every day, and still missing the benefits you're counting on. Frank was one of those cases. At 71, he added blueberries to his daily yogurt, hoping to help his knees and clear the fog he'd been feeling. But nothing changed. In fact, some days, the stiffness felt worse. So, we made one small shift. He started blending his blueberries into a morning smoothie with almond butter on an empty stomach. Wow. 2 weeks later, his exact words were, "It's like my joints woke up, and my brain too." That's the power of right food, right timing. And now that you know why blueberries sometimes don't work, let's look at the most common combo that quietly shuts them down. And almost everyone makes this mistake. 2. Milk plus blueberries equals antioxidant loss. Frank's wife meant well. Every morning, she made him a parfait, layers of blueberries, granola, and thick Greek yogurt. It looked healthy. It felt healthy. But for weeks, his joints stayed stiff. The memory fog didn't budge. What was going wrong? Well, it turns out, one ingredient in that bowl was quietly canceling out the healing power of the blueberries. And it was the yogurt. You see, milk, even in yogurt form, contains a protein called casein. And when you mix casein with the polyphenols in blueberries, something strange happens. They bind together. Instead of flowing into your bloodstream to fight inflammation and protect your brain, those nutrients get trapped. They form complexes your body can't absorb. Think of it like pouring glue over your vitamins. They're still there, but your body has no way to reach them. And this isn't just theory. A 2009 study published in Free Radical Biology and Medicine found that adding milk to blueberries reduced their antioxidant capacity by almost 50%. Half. Gone. Now, imagine doing that every morning for years, thinking you're helping your brain or your knees, when in reality, the key ingredient can't even get past your gut. Once Frank and his wife learned this, they made one simple switch. Instead of yogurt, they blended the blueberries with oat milk and a spoonful of almond butter. That's it. Within days, Frank's knees felt looser. He was sharper, quicker to recall names. Even his energy walking up the stairs came back. So, if blueberries are part of your morning, that's great. Just make sure you're not pairing them with the one thing that blocks nearly half their healing. And while milk is the most common trap, it's not the only one. Because next, we're looking at something even sneakier. A food that seems harmless, but actually cuts off your vitamin C right before your cells can use it. 3. Cucumbers plus blueberries equals vitamin C breakdown. Rosa had the routine down. Every morning, she'd slice up some cucumbers, drop in a handful of frozen blueberries, and add a splash of lemon to her water. It was beautiful, bright, clean, and she thought, like many do, that it was doing her body good. But something strange kept happening. Her gums were bleeding more often. Her knees were aching after short walks. And she started noticing a little more brain fog in the late afternoons. She couldn't figure it out. Until one day, her granddaughter, a nutrition student, asked a simple question. Have you ever heard of ascorbate oxidase? Turns out, that innocent cucumber slice, it was quietly destroying one of the most important vitamins in her entire drink. Cucumbers contain an enzyme called ascorbate oxidase, and that enzyme does one thing very well. It breaks down vitamin C. Now, here's where it matters. Blueberries naturally contain vitamin C, a key cofactor that helps their antioxidants get absorbed and do their job. But when that cucumber enzyme shows up in the same smoothie, salad, or spa water, it cuts vitamin C off at the knees before your body can use it. It's like having a plumber show up to fix your house, and someone turns off the water before he gets there. The fix was simple. Rosa stopped pairing cucumbers with her berries. She saved them for later in the day, in a salad with olive oil and lemon instead. Within 2 weeks, the gum bleeding eased, her knees stopped clicking, and her focus in the afternoons sharper. So, yes, cucumbers are healthy, but healthy doesn't always mean right combo. Because when it comes to nutrient absorption after 60, timing, pairing, and order matter more than ever. And if this one fruit-vegetable combo surprised you, wait until you see what happens when sugar enters the mix. 4. Sugar combo, why blueberry desserts, backfire. Evelyn loved to bake. Every weekend she made her husband these beautiful muffins, packed with blueberries, oats, a drizzle of honey, and just a touch of brown sugar. They smelled incredible, and they were made with love. But after eating them, her husband often felt sluggish, tired, a little off. His joints would ache, and by mid-morning, he'd need a nap. Evelyn thought she was doing something good, and in a way she was. But there's something sugar does, especially after 60, that most people never hear about. You see, when sugar enters the bloodstream quickly, like it does in baked goods, it causes a blood sugar spike. And every time your blood sugar spikes, your body enters a low-level stress state. That stress creates oxidative damage, the very thing blueberries are supposed to prevent. It's like trying to put out a fire while someone keeps pouring lighter fluid on it. A 2013 study in the Journal of the American Medical Directors Association found that high sugar diets increased markers of inflammation, like IL-6 and TNF-alpha, especially in older adults. That means even when you're eating blueberries, if they're trapped inside a sugary muffin or parfait, their healing potential gets drowned in a sea of inflammation. So, Evelyn made a shift. She started using cinnamon instead of sugar and paired blueberries with chia seeds and a splash of almond butter in the mornings. Within days, her husband's afternoon crashes stopped. He was more alert, more present, and for the first time in months, he said, "I feel like myself again." For many seniors, this is when the fog starts to lift, not from adding something new, but from removing just one hidden trigger. And there's one more thing we need to cover, Because even if you're doing everything right, there's a hidden loop inside your body that can quietly reverse all your progress. Let me show you what inflamed aging really looks like and how to break it. 5. The inflamed aging loop. Rosa thought she had it all figured out. She'd swapped out cucumbers, stopped mixing berries with yogurt, even cut the sugar in her morning routine. But something still wasn't right. Her joints were flaring up again, especially after lunch. And the mental clarity she had started regaining, it was slipping. That's when we look deeper. Because beneath all the food choices and timing habits, there's a quiet biological loop that keeps many seniors stuck, even when they're doing everything right. It's called inflamed aging. That's the slow, chronic inflammation that builds up in your tissues over time, driven by age, stress, and diet. And once it's active, your body starts producing more of two dangerous molecules, IL-6 and TNF-alpha. These aren't just blood test numbers, they're signals of overdrive, pushing your joints, your brain, your heart into a state of constant low-level damage. Even the best nutrients, like blueberry antioxidants, struggle to compete in that kind of internal environment. It's like trying to plant a garden on top of smoldering coals. That's what Rosa was dealing with. So we added just one more change. She kept her blueberries, but started pairing them with anti-inflammatory allies, cinnamon, chia seeds, and a drizzle of olive oil. She ate them slowly, mid-morning, no distractions. And she gave her body time to absorb, not just consume. The difference? Her hands stopped throbbing, her mood lifted, and one afternoon, during her walk, she said to me, "It's like someone turned off the background noise in my body." The real risk starts after this moment, because if you don't break the cycle, that quiet inflammation becomes your new normal. But the good news is, you don't need more supplements. You just need smarter food timing and a few healing combinations. Let's pull everything together with a simple reflection, so you can take this into your own hands today. Blueberries are powerful, but after 60, it's not just about what you eat. It's how, when, and what you pair it with. Because your digestion is different now, your absorption is slower, and your body, though still capable of deep healing, needs a little more care in the combinations. You've seen it with Rosa, with Frank, with Evelyn's husband, a small change in timing, one swap in ingredients. That's all it took to shift their energy, their focus, their pain levels. So, here's what I want you to remember. Your body isn't broken. It's just different, and it still remembers how to heal. If you give it the right signals, start small, have blueberries with cinnamon and almond butter, keep cucumbers and dairy at a distance, and above all, stay curious about how your body responds. Because that awareness, that's where healing begins. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these food traps surprised you the most? Drop it in the comments. Your story might help someone else today. And if you found this helpful, if you want more science-backed insights made simple just for seniors, tap subscribe. I'm Dr. Hartley, and I'll be here every week with new ways to help you age with clarity, strength, and peace.